So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Caribbean Rum Chronicles with me, your host, Kelvin, aka the Rum Doctor. And with me, we have a very special guest from the beautiful sunny island of Curaçao, which is the one and only Jedi master bartender himself, Jurnick Merced. Now, Jurnick has been bartending for several years now. He's evolving and he's continued his passion and evolved into this beautiful world of bartending. Jurnick, thank you very much for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, for those of you who don't know, Curaçao is on the coast of Venezuela. So it's known as the Dutch Caribbean island.
Yeah,
it's famous for its beautiful beaches, beautiful people, beautiful culture, and also known for its famous for its coral reefs, rich with wildlife. The capital is Willemstad, which is where you will find the Dutch colonial architecture, which a lot of people can Google it if you don't know. It's beautiful architecture with all these beautiful colors and stuff like that. And it's also home of our floating bridge, which is what's it called again? Emma. Yes, Emma Bridge. Yes, and the reason why I say we is because I'm also from Curaçao. Umesta no sei, ainda não kutawa, Antiano nos representando Curaçao, que tu vai, Antiano awo. Antiano awo. Of course, I have to do this. That was just a little afterfood I want in there. That's our culture, language, cultural language that we do there. It's called Papiamentu. But you can Google that, find out the history behind that one. So we're kicking it off with our first question of today, Jurnick. So why bartending? What made you choose bartending as a profession?
Well, funny story. I didn't choose bartending. Thing is, I started in hospitality industry as a waiter, just to get some extra cash, just to get by. You want to go on dates, you gotta have a little bit of cash.
So, of course.
It was just a part-time job, actually, aside from school. Okay. And that's how I started getting into hospitality. But little did I know I had the talent for it. And when you have the talent for something, it just flows.
It flows, of course. And then the more you do it, the more you actually get more into it, because you realize, hold on, I'm interested in this kind of particular thing I chose to go. Okay.
So that happened, and little by little, I started hearing people say, "Yeah, you're doing great job. We like the way you work." So I started to fall in love with hospitality, and then my eyes turned to bartending. Wow. I always saw these bartenders mixing, shaking, having fun with the guests, interacting, and as a waiter, you do have that interaction also, but you don't have the same mixing, and it's a science to know like what to mix with what
exactly
for the outcome. So I found it really interesting. So that is the moment that I said, you know what, I'm interested in bartending. But
you sure you didn't watch the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise and that
not yet. A few years later though. Yeah, but after that, I was still a waiter. So you have to start from waiter, then level up, go to bartender,
move to the ladder.
Yeah, little by little. So then I started as bartender, just mixed drinks, whiskey, Coke, rum, Coke, those kind of things. And then I took courage to, let's get deep into.
Yes, let's expand a little bit more into the whole bartending scene.
And that's when I fell into the cocktail world, and that's when it all got really interesting. And while I was still doing all of this, my passion just grew for it. So that's how I started bartending, and that's why I'm still doing it till this day.
Nice.
That's a little story of it.
Okay, cool. So during that time when you actually found your calling, if you want to call it like that, the calling for the cocktail and the bartending deeper, was there at the time anybody who inspired you to actually, or is just really just your passion just grew on a natural level?
I was inspired first by seeing the bartenders, but there was a specific bartender. He's a good friend of mine. He also helped me start up with my knowledge and all those kind of things. And I started asking him a lot of questions. So that's how I started. Till this day, I look up to him because he has a lot of knowledge in hospitality and cocktails and those kind of things. So even if I have something that I'm stuck with, I still like send them on WhatsApp like, yo, I got
How
a
do I
question
make
about
how do I
something.
make this? How do I blend this together?
Yeah,
What
and
will
it's
work
still
well with?
open. Yeah, and it's still open to help me with that.
Okay.
So I do
Nice.
have someone I look. Okay, one that I look up to that maybe start with it, and then of course along the way you get to know a few more people that also know a lot, and that's how you get more idols.
Nice,
But
nice. So
I
it's
think it will
basically
still be
gone. No,
it'll
sorry,
still
go
be
on.
the one.
Okay, so basically, in effect, those two bartenders are your mentors
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
way of okay, that's great. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. So now, so from you growing into the bartending and getting the knowledge, you actually entered you wanted to test your skills out, right?
Yeah, I took the courage.
So you actually wanted to, you took the courage to enter a local competition there in Curaçao in 2017, was it? So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about that, man.
Well, I started in cocktails, like getting deep into cocktails, the end of December 2016, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm still fresh, so I made a few bad drinks, a few sour drinks, drinks that didn't make any sense. But I had the passion, so I started asking, looking at a lot of YouTube videos, reading a lot on Google and those kind of things, and just see what they do and what they pair with what. And I just see something and I do the same, just to get an understanding of how it works. Also, like the classics, in order to build your own cocktail, you need to know the classics
Exactly.
to see how they react with each other.
Exactly.
And so I started studying on that also. And yeah, so every week we had this thing, Punda Vibes. It was every Thursday.
Yeah.
And Punda Vibes, we were just mixing drinks, making cocktails. And I wouldn't call it experimenting, but that was more like my experimenting phase.
Yeah. Okay.
So someone would come up to bar, I want something a bit sour. I should know what to add to the cocktails to make it taste a bit sour. And if they want something sweet, what to do. So that's where I started to know how to balance your cocktails, how to balance flavors. And yeah, I started end December and 2016. And the competition was September 2017.
Okay.
So of course, I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I thought so. I was still fresh, so just a few months into bartending and cocktails. So I'm like, I don't think I should do this. But I had a lot of people behind me, like, yeah, just do it. You won't lose anything. You can just learn from it. I'm like,
of course.
You know what? I'm not gonna die. So
yeah, and you got none to lose, but everything to gain.
Exactly. So that's when I took the courage, and I was sitting in the back of the competition, and these guys were saying like, yeah, I got 8 years in bartending, I got 10 years in bartending, I got 5 years, and I'm just sitting here with just a few months of experience.
Yeah,
I think this is gonna be humiliating. But not to talk bad about them, but it just shows that you don't have to have a lot of years into something to be good at it.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of experimenting, a
lot of preparation in general.
Yeah. So also my cocktails that I went to the competition with was not just the traditional cocktails. I always tried to come with something new in it.
Okay.
So I wasn't that sure about myself. So I said, yeah, I think I'm gonna get humiliated today. But to my surprise, I won that competition. Out of the 4 categories, which is rum, non-alcoholic, vodka, and mystery bar.
Nice.
I won 3 of them.
Wow.
That's 3 out of 4 rounds. So I still can't tell you what I felt that day. So I was really happy. I was surprised, and that's when I knew that if you put your mind to it, I know it sounds cliche, but if you put your mind to it, you can do anything you want.
No, it's true. It's not cliche. I mean, at the end of the day, that saying is actually true for everything. If you put your mind to it, you can actually do it. It takes work, and nothing good comes easy. Let's just put it that way.
Invest and you can make it.
Exactly. Yeah. So from that now, that actually boosted your confidence.
Yeah.
To make you go and do another competition which is the taste of the Caribbean, right?
Yes, Taste of Caribbean.
Okay.
The thing is, in Curacao, you have to do the competition first.
Oh,
Local.
before you continue, what I want for the viewers, when Jurnick was talking about Punda Vibes, Punda Vibes is actually an event in the town center.
Downtown,
downtown, and every weekend they do that. So there's like music playing, there's bars, there's stuff happening. So that's kind of like Punda Vibe. So that was where Jurnick did his first competition, the local competition in Curacao. So now we go into the Taste of the Caribbean. So Taste of the Caribbean. Tell us about the Taste of the Caribbean.
So at first you have to start with the local national competition, the one that I win. And if you win that one, you can participate the next year in the Taste of the Caribbean.
Okay.
So I was really nervous about that one too, because okay, I won the first competition, but now I have to compete against the Caribbean islands, like the Caribbean's best bartenders.
Yep. And the Taste of the Caribbean is what it is. Taste of the Caribbean, it is a culinary competition.
Yeah.
That's food and beverage, and it's basically an educational exchange showcasing the Caribbean. So
exactly.
That's basically what it is.
It's well said, because when I went to the competition, I thought, this is a competition, so I have to compete. But when I got there and I see how Caribbean can unite and share share tools, share knowledge, techniques, and everything, I'm like, nah, this is not a competition. This is just Caribbean getting together and just showcasing how they do it in their island.
Exactly. And sharing the different cultures amongst each other.
Exactly. And the backstories also of why this ingredient, why this technique, and all those kind of things. So I went to that competition June 2018.
Okay.
And of course, I was still a bit not sure, because I just have a year and something in cocktails, and these bartenders, I know their experience. Like a few of them already did this competition before, so I'm nervous. I was nervous. So once I started the first one, I remember it was on a Sunday early morning. We had a non-alcoholic one, and I was nervous, so I was shaking, but nonetheless, I did my drink very good. But yeah, you're nervous. I didn't talk as much, so you have to be very interactive with the judges and the crowd. So you didn't just mix your drinks. You have to tell a backstory of your drink, why you chose this fruit, why the syrup, and all those things.
And it's a form of also interaction and also entertainment, because bartenders, that's why most people that I know, including myself, that's why you actually go to a bar. You go to a bar, it's a place of sitting down, you get comfortable with the bartender, you see this bartender every time, you talk to the person, and it's a form of entertaining vibes, and you like that kind of feel. So it's a form of all of that you have to do to actually get these judges saying, okay, I like this guy's style, I like his drink, I like this, I like that. So yeah, and
you have to sell the cocktail also. So
exactly,
sell the experience of this cocktail. Why should this person buy this cocktail?
Exactly.
So we of course, during the training all these months, we rehearsed all the lines, the speeches, the stories, and everything. But you're still nervous, because you're representing your island.
Exactly, and you want to come correct.
Yeah, of course. So I did the first one. I was still a bit nervous, but that same day in the afternoon, we had the rum one.
Okay.
I saw how the first one went. I'm like, let me just try to have fun with it.
Yeah.
And it was at that moment that I started having fun with the whole competition thing. So I started making jokes during my presentation.
Right. So your nerves kind of relaxed.
Yeah, I got comfortable, having fun, talking with the judges, the crowd, laughing, and that's I didn't win the first year in 2018, but I did win the gold medal, which was to me my surprise.
Okay.
So I didn't win the overall. Of course, you have different categories of silver, bronze, and gold, and you have the Caribbean Bartender of the Year, which is the maximum title.
Okay.
And I didn't win Caribbean Bartender of the Year, but I did win gold for Curaçao after 8 years, if I'm not mistaken, 8 or 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? So within 8 years, no one has won it, and you came and you won it
in bartending.
Bartending. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well done. Okay.
So I was still honored, and I didn't expect to win gold. So when I got the gold, I was more than happy. And I know that the presentations and the way that we as Curaçao presented ourselves in that competition was beyond expectations. So everybody was like, okay, you didn't win, but we like your presentations. We really look forward to see you again next year.
Mhm.
We want to see how you present yourself next year. So I was like, okay, I didn't win, but I did still win. You know, like everybody liked the presentation and loved Curacao.
Right.
So
Nice.
that was 2018 and Miami. So of course I got happy, and I love the vibe of Caribbean bar, the Taste of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So that year again, I went to the competition, the national one.
Yeah, so that 2019 you went again.
No, 2018. So
okay.
we came back to Curacao in 2018 June,
Uh-huh.
and of course we had the competition again this September 2018.
Right. Okay, cool, got you.
So I went to the competition again. I won again. Very close. I almost lost, but I did win again. Yeah, because I had another bartender that he's also got a lot of skills.
Okay, cool.
And so of course the other bartenders that competed the year before also came better. So the competition was a bit tougher.
Yeah.
But I did manage to win again. And of course, then we have to go to Miami again the next year. That was 2000.
Nice. Okay, so you did 2018 in Taste of Caribbean, came back to Curaçao, did another local competition in Curaçao, won it just by a scrape, but you still won it. And then 2019, you went back to the Taste of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Right. Okay, cool.
So of course, the next year you have a lot of pressure on you because everybody knows what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody expects you. Okay, you got gold last year, so this year you have to win.
Yes.
So that was the pressure I had on my shoulders.
Wow, that's a big pressure.
But nonetheless, I said, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna enjoy the experience. So I went 2019, and of course I was pressured, but you know what? I'm gonna do it for my country.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my utter's best, and that year
you won it.
Yeah, I won the Korean Bartender of the Year award.
Wow, nice.
Which is a dream come true. I've been fighting for that a long time,
mm-hmm.
and also got a car accident in April 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also a story of one of my drinks, which is the one that I got the best vodka drink award with it.
Nice. Okay.
So that's the kind of things that you have to like incorporate into your drinks, like the story.
Story. When it comes to drinks, it could be vodka, rum, whiskey. A good story, a nice story that actually works, whether it's a cocktail or just an actual brand of a drink.
It's just
story makes it better.
Yeah, of course. Doesn't matter which rum or which brand or what you use.
Whatever, yeah. You
can just sell it with a good story, and everybody's like, I want to taste it, just to feel like your emotion behind the drink.
Yes, exactly.
So that was 2018, 2019 competition. And after that, I said, you know what, I think I'm done with competition.
For now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for prepare with the pressure and which in the way you described,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what kind of preparation does a bartender need to do to actually compete in competition like that, to ease their nerves, to calm themselves, to even to a point winning it? What kind of preparation is involved, or did you personally have to do?
Okay, what I did personally was the first year in 2018 for Miami competition.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my stories were just made up stories. So they weren't like something that I went through personally. And then in 2019, I made more stories that, I can relate to, like the accident. Of course, I had one about talking about my island and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So even if you mess up at a certain point, if you're doing your speech and you forget something, mm-hmm. if it's a made up story, you can't really improvise it that fast. If it's something you went through, if you went through something, you can just improvise whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did to keep my nerves down, and of course a lot of training, like train with a clock, because you have 5 minutes to make your drink and presentation and everything. Mm-hmm. So I kept training, make sure I got it done in 3 minutes and something. So you have enough room to finish your drink.
Finish your drink, right? Yeah, because all the time it's all clock, so you have to time. Sorry, you have to make it within a certain time.
Yes.
And
yes.
with presentation and everything else. Okay, yeah.
So after 5 minutes, you start losing points. So that's what I did. A lot of training. Make sure the story is related to me, and just have fun with it. That was the biggest one. Just have fun with it. It's a competition.
Okay. Yep.
But at that moment that I chose to look at it as a Caribbean getting together, everything changed. I started having fun with it, laugh, and I didn't worry about the clock as much. But the focus was just make the drinks and make sure everybody got a good experience from Curaçao.
Nice. Okay. That's good. So I take it as more like, your experience from when you started has evolved in terms of now controlling your emotions, more knowledgeable, and a lot of the stuff that you started doing now became more personal to you. So now when you're presenting this drink or this cocktail, it flows much more naturally.
Yeah. I present a piece of myself.
Right. Nice. That's really good, man. That's actually a really, really nice story from the start to where you are now.
Yeah.
So from that experience and you winning, you decided to start your own bartending school. Is that correct?
It's not a school, but it's more or less like you can say a school, but I don't have like a big building and those kind of things. It's just a little office bar that I have.
Right.
And it inspired me to start that because, of course, during the Taste of the Caribbean, we have the judges, great judges. By the way, we have Rakesh, which is the head judge, Jamal from Barbados.
Yes.
We got Ira also and Marv. And what I like about these judges, they have a lot of knowledge and they don't keep them to themselves. So during the competition, we have these workshops of like how to start with your own business, how to cost, how to make syrups, shrubs, sustainability, all these kind of things that, they hand over the knowledge to us as the competitors.
Right.
During that competition, I remember there was this workshop about entrepreneurship, and they were talking about bartending and how you can start teaching bartenders. And of course, I know in Curaçao, we don't have like bartending school. So I said, this is my call to start with something like that.
Start with something like that. Yep. Okay.
So I started making like a little structure of what I think is possible for someone with no knowledge to have some knowledge after a few sessions of this workshop or something like that.
So a few sessions with you, they can develop into actually having knowledge of actually creating a drink.
Yes.
Knowing the structure of building an actual cocktail, knowing what flavors marry well together, and actually showing newcomers or learners or people who are eager into learning that bartending is not just taking Coke, taking ice, putting it there and mix with any spirits. That's not bartending. And I think personally from my experiences going to the Caribbean, living in the Caribbean, born in the Caribbean, that people don't see bartending as a lucrative profession long term.
True.
Because they, as I mentioned, all they think is just ice, spirits, mixer, done. That's all you're going to be doing. But it's more to it than that.
True. It's much more than that.
Yeah.
You're right. When I started, a lot of people say like bartending and waiter is just for someone that needs a part-time job. But what I've experienced and what I saw, of course, during these times of COVID, things have changed. But I got a lot of opportunities to go into the exterior to represent my island. Maybe not always competition, but I did get invitations to go in another island to maybe judge a competition or maybe just to showcase Curaçao flavors and how we do it. So there's a lot of things you can do in bartending. So I always thought like maybe it is a part-time job, but when I got into it, you got a lot of possibilities and you can grow. You constantly keep growing in it.
Yep. That is so true because you mentioned some of the names, the judges that was judging, and one of the people that you mentioned is Jamal, which I know, which is from Barbados, and Jamal is extremely knowledgeable. He's for me one of the top of bartenders that I know. I mean, I know there's loads of great bartenders out there, but I don't know them, so I speak of the ones I know.
Yeah.
And I believe that at the competition, he actually gave you a few tips. He gave you a few like a heads up of how to actually present and stuff like that. And that actually helped you at the time, right?
Yeah, of course. It helps also with your self-confidence.
Exactly.
And all the judges, they are always there to help. So they tell you also, don't be afraid to ask. It's better if you ask than if you don't ask. And I wanted to win, not just win, but I wanted to enjoy the experience fully. So I kept asking tips. I know a lot, but I always stay humble because you can always learn. You can always learn. So I asked, and of course, if you know more, you can get a bit more confident, and you're more relaxed when you're presenting also, because you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Now, in terms of material, like is it easily accessible to get learning material in Curaçao? I mean, I know there's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's loads of kind of online, but are some like learning materials easy to access in Curaçao?
Not really. If you know the right people, you can get the right information. But if you're not searching on the internet, on YouTube, Google, or whatever, it's not that accessible. So that's why I started with this. So this is by the way the bar that I do the teaching in.
Right. Okay.
And it's you have a lot of information in bartending. So when it comes to spirits, you should know the differences. If you're making syrups, juices, everything, there's a lot of knowledge to know. And at a certain point, you know where to start. So that's why I made the structure. So we start little by little, tools, strainers and shakers, and then little by little get more into the spirits, why certain whiskey, why certain rum, why tequila, and it's just a structure to give you the information in a more structured way, so you know what you're learning.
Okay.
And also you get the classics, and at the end you're supposed to be I say supposed because not everybody's the same, but that's why I'm here to teach the people. And at the end, what I've experienced till now is they're more confident to make their own cocktails. So that's the last day they make their own cocktails. I just have a request like, I want something a bit sour or maybe just something a bit sweet with bitters.
Right.
And they have to make something in that trend to see if what they've learned is in their head, so they can execute the drink the way that I want them to.
Okay. Now, in terms of cocktails in general now, so because as a Caribbean man, two Caribbean men, we know that when we drink our spirits, let me go particularly with rum. I mean, because rum is something that we drink with just either on its own straight or just rum and a mixer. So either Coke, coconut water, or any other kind of mixer. Is there a big demand for cocktails within Curaçao? I know that there's demand at hotels. Obviously, you have a lot of tourists, but in general, around the local Caribbean people, is there a big demand in cocktails?
Yeah, cocktails is growing a lot. Like from what I've experienced these past 2 years, the cocktail industry is growing. Like you get a lot of bars right now on Curaçao, and it's trending. Everybody wants to be a bartender. Everybody wants to have their own bar. It's awesome to look at, but what scares me is that not a lot of people have the knowledge to do the job. So like, do you know your classics? Do you know how to make a cocktail? And what we find a lot, not discriminating, but what we find out is that a lot of people tend to just pour and pour and pour and just shake and give you a drink. But why did you mix that and the other ingredient? Why?
Right. So basically, there's no structure to building the cocktail. They're just building it because maybe they saw something on, I don't know, Instagram. They said, I was going to try that. So they just throw everything together and just freestyle it. Okay.
So it's not a lot of place that you get like quality cocktails. A a lot of people say, yeah, we got good cocktails at that place or that place. But if you're really talking about crafting cocktails like from scratch, and the balance is very important, balance of
Yes.
flavors
Yes.
and what goes well with each other.
Yes.
So we do have a few bars that do that, but there's a lot of bars also that don't really know how to really balance some cocktails and those kind of things. But of course, we're still learning and we're still developing.
Mhm.
So the cocktail scene is really growing, and yeah, it can only get better from
Can
now
only
on.
get better. That's good, because I remember the last time I was in Curaçao. I think it was last year? Yeah, last year before COVID. Or is it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago.
2 years.
I'm not a cocktail man, but I was where was I? I think I was in Mambo somewhere, and I said, you know what, let me try a cocktail. So I asked this guy for a Mai Tai,
Mm.
and the Mai Tai was like juice. It was sweet as hell. It was not a nice Mai Tai. It was just sweet.
Yeah.
And Mai Tai is not supposed to be a sweet cocktail. I mean,
Uh-huh.
the balance was really off. It wasn't well done, and the presentation was not nice at all. So that's hence why I've asked that question in terms of the evolution of cocktail within Curacao. Is it there? And you answered the question. So yeah, it's growing there. That's good.
But I think also the sweet part, like a lot of people on Curacao, they love sweet.
Right.
So
Okay.
a lot of people tend to go with the more in between sweet and sour, or just a bit sour or bitter.
Okay.
It's growing little by little, but a lot of people tend to still ask for the sweet cocktails.
Okay.
And yeah, you just have to, of course, if I'm drinking it, I like it a bit more sour, a bit bitter.
Right.
But I'm not the one drinking the cocktails. So of course I have to adjust my recipes for the customers. Of course.
Right. Okay.
But
Okay.
it's changing. It's developing little by little.
Okay. All right. So is there a big rum culture in Curacao?
For cocktails, not really. They don't really mind if you use rum or vodka or whatever. A lot of people, yeah, there's also those people that just want rum or just want gin. So you do have those people, but rum specifically, it's not really. But I think it's us as the bartenders to inform the people that drink also
exactly, because
what and why.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's different styles. There's there's the French style, French Caribbean style. There's the Spanish style rums. There's the English style rums. All of them have different flavor profiles. There's blended rums. I mean, a lot has to come from the actual bartenders in terms of educating the general public on it, because I don't know if Curaçao is heavy into the heavy Jamaican funky pot still kind of rums. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, hey, Appleton.
I love it.
Yeah, there we go.
I love it.
That's what I'm drinking right now myself.
Oh, nice. Cheers.
So yeah, so I mean, because I like spirits, but obviously rum is one of the ones that I've gravitated to, one of the ones that I've chosen to want to learn more, because it's rich with, well, all spirits have culture and history.
Yeah.
But obviously being from the Caribbean, it resonates more with me. So hence that's the one that I've chosen to actually go down and actually learn more and follow that path in terms of rum making. So what is your favorite spirit to drink then?
Well, I think I just told you that.
Yeah, but is it rum in general, straight up, or just?
Yeah, when I started into cocktails, I always started with rum, because I don't know, there's a thing about rum that, I don't know, it has like character, like you say.
Yeah.
And I started trying out. And of course, you can also make good cocktails with gin, tequila, whiskey, and all those kind of things, but there's something about rum. And like Jamaican rum, there's something like the funky flavor of it. I just love it.
Yeah, it is one of a kind. It's definitely
yeah. So I also started, leaning a bit towards tequila also, which is very interesting. A good quality tequila though.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, I think the rum will always have my heart.
So what are the best places in Curaçao to go for? Like, for example, if I had to bring some tourists, some people from London, so bring some people from London down to Curaçao, who are in the industry, or just in general, cocktail lovers, and they want to experience a good cocktail with a good bar experience, bartending experience, and drinking experience. Where's the best places to Curacao to go and get that?
There's just three places that I go to for cocktails.
Okay.
We have Kaya.
I knew you was gonna say Kenya.
And of course, good friends of mine also, but good cocktails, good quality,
Yeah,
and of
well,
course
that's Wesley McDonald's is the
that's the
one that's
McDonald's. Yes,
yes.
and of course we have Come, which is where I know if you know Luke. He's also a
Yes,
legend in
yeah,
Curaçao.
I know. Look, yep.
Yeah, he made our own menu at Come, and he works there. He's the manager.
And just for the viewers, come translation means is eat, right?
Eat. Yeah, eat.
So come.
Yeah.
Just
So-
making sure that they didn't maybe do something different, but come means eat.
Yeah. So I went there also last time, and like Luke taught us like a lot of bartenders from Curaçao.
Mhm.
They have some way work with Luke, and Luke also gives a lot of knowledge away.
Nice.
So he's at Come, so you can get good cocktails also there.
Mhm.
And Coral Estate also, which is a
Coral
bit
Estate.
far though.
Did I
It's
go
a-
there? I don't
It's
remember.
a hotel, but it's a bit more far away.
Okay.
But you can also get good cocktails there. I also know a good bartender there.
Okay.
So those are the three places that I go. Of course, I started working right now at Bari Hotel, which is a small hotel in Otrobanda, downtown.
I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, when you come to Curaçao, you can pass by because
Yep, I'm definitely coming there to drink some beer. Trust me.
I just made a new cocktail menu for them,
Oh,
and
wicked.
we're gonna start maybe in a few weeks because right now we have the semi lockdown.
Mhm.
So after that's over, we can start incorporating a new cocktail menu, which is
And how is that going? How is the lockdown going for most of the hospitality industry in Curacao?
not the best.
Mm.
The hotels, if they have guests, they are still open, but
Okay.
for the bars and restaurants, it's just more delivery. That's how they can just survive. Right now, it's just delivery, no takeouts, no curbside pickup, just delivery. That's
Okay.
how we need to get by right now.
And during Christmas time, I don't know if you're still doing it now. I believe you are. You did a little cocktail delivery
Yeah.
called Jingles.
Jiggle Tails. Yeah, I have one here also.
Jingle Tales. All right.
Is it?
So these are cocktails that your own recipes or they
Yes, of course. I did. The inspiration came from last year during the first lockdown. A lot of bartenders were selling pre-bottled cocktails.
Okay.
I always want to be different, and I don't want to do the same because I don't want to hear that I copy someone's idea.
Right.
So I just had a dream one night. I don't know where that dream came
It
from.
was all a dream.
It was all a dream. So I don't know where it came from. It was weird, but I just woke up in the middle of the night and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. It was a cocktail, but instead of drinking it, you can get it in a jelly form, like with gelatin.
Nice.
So I woke up the next morning. I went to the supermarket, get a few gelatins, started experimenting right away, and that's how it started basically. So it's basically a cocktail, but it's
And
a gelatin.
Gelatin
Instead
form.
of drinking it, you just eat it.
Nice.
The gelatin is animal based.
Mhm.
So I also had to look for the more vegetarian.
Yeah, like vegan, vegetarian base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's when I started to experiment also with agar agar, which is like the substitute for gelatin.
Right.
It's a bit more firm, but it's also the same concept basically.
Okay.
And that's how I started with it.
And what cocktail is that from? The one you have
This
there?
one is the tequila with blue curacao.
Oh, nice.
Of course, it has lime and oregano leaves, which is something local from us.
Okay.
So it's lime, simple syrup, oregano leaves, blue curacao, and tequila. Just simple, but flavors balanced, sweet, sour,
Nice.
and it's not like those jello shots that get you wasted, but it's just for flavor and enjoyment.
Nice. And I like the fact that you've kept it local to Curacao. You kept the local ingredients and using blue curacao.
Of course.
which is beautiful. I love, because Jamal is another one, another bartender. Well, not another bartender. Jamal is another person that I know that actually heavily promotes local ingredients of what
Of
you have
course.
in your own country.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most amazing thing ever. You know, you push your own local stuff, and that's how you actually let people know, look, we have our stuff. This is ours. It's from
We
us.
have a lot of flavors.
You know, we have flavors. Come and enjoy our style, our flavors, and that's the most beautiful thing about Caribbean.
And that's the thing. That's the thing I learned about in the competition, Taste of the Caribbean. Like, I always thought, like, okay, cocktails, strawberries, blueberries, you know, those normal cocktails.
Those are the standard things you always see.
Yeah.
Or they
But
put
when, yeah, but when we went to the competition, when I saw how many flavors the Caribbean has during the workshops, during the training season, also we went to different farms and people that grow their own fruits. I was just shocked of how much flavor the Caribbean has.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of flavors. I'm still discovering new flavors
Yes.
after a few years. So the Caribbean has a lot of flavors. That's why I always focus more on Caribbean flavors, because it's ours and I'm proud of what we can offer.
Exactly, 100%, man. 100%. That's something that I will agree with 100%. So what is your favorite cocktail to make? And what's your favorite cocktail to make and why? And what's your favorite cocktail to drink and why?
My favorite cocktail to make, you know, I have a lot of recipes that I love to make.
So basically, if you because I've had experience when I was working in the bars, in one of the bars as an assistant manager. There was a particular, what was it called again? I'm trying to remember now what it's called. I can't remember the cocktail name, but it was this particular cocktail that this particular bartender hated making. I'm like, dude, what's your problem? You're not the customer. That's what you get paid for. Yeah, I just hate making this cocktail. And I remember that night, every person just wanted that
cocktail.
And he was genuinely getting upset. I really trying to remember what it was called.
I know the feeling.
I don't know. I can't remember.
I also have it with a cocktail though.
Really?
Yeah. Not that I hate it, because it's mojito. I love mojito. Don't judge me. I love mojito. But you know, the thing is, in Curaçao, a lot of people just know pina colada and mojito.
Right.
So every time someone just orders a mojito, I'm like, there's a lot more flavors, a lot more cocktails. Why are you still choosing the mojito? And it takes a lot of time to make like a proper mojito. So if you're really busy night and you hear, can I get 3 mojitos? You're like,
oh wow.
Okay, lime, mint, sugar, model. You know, it takes time to build.
It takes time to build it. Yeah, and I can appreciate that, because, you know, as a bartender, because the person who is ordering the drinks don't know what's going on behind the bar on a daily basis. You know, in a night you have to do a lot of stuff, a lot of preparation goes into it, and that's why I would say bartenders are skilled people. I mean, balancing flavors, working in a busy environment, and creating a balanced drink. It's incredible. I mean, I remember I went to another bar. There's a bar down where I live called Trailer Happiness, which is run by Sly. You know, big up, shout out to Sly. Whenever you come to London, you gotta go there. I will take you there. It's one of the cocktail bars in London. And I remember asking for a drink, read the menu. I said, give me that, please. And every single thing that was on that menu, I tasted in that cocktail. I mean, balance. I mean,
very important.
Yeah, I mean, those guys know what they're doing, and it's by going to different bars and seeing how these guys make it. I got a profound respect for that, for bartending in general. So back to the question. So which ones do you like making and why? And which ones do you like drinking and why?
I like making sours and of course daiquiris.
Oh,
simple,
that's
easy,
my favorite.
fast.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Like it's simple, but it's flavorful. You know.
Yes, 100%.
It shows that you don't have to have a lot of ingredients to have a good cocktail.
100%.
Just keep it simple and just enjoy sweet, sour, and strong. Like 100%. It's simple, flavorful, and that's what I like about sours. And the one that I like to drink, Usually it would be daiquiri, but I started leaning a bit towards the gin basil smash.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And it's also simple. It's just gin sour with the basil in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I love basil, so I think that's why I'm leaning towards it.
You just want it, right, right. Well, it's what your palate wants at the
Yeah.
time. So if that's what
Yeah.
you play, because I am definitely a daiquiri man. I mean,
Yeah, me too.
Anywhere I go, boom, it's a daiquiri. I like daiquiri with rum bar.
Mhm.
That's one from Jamaica, and or daiquiri with a nice agricole rum, either Claren. You know, Claren is another rum agricole,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
any like Claren. What's the other one called? There's so many rum agricoles.
Yeah, so
that's
much.
out there.
The world of rum is very broad.
It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, daiquiri is one of my ones that I really like.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with a daiquiri.
So what to expect from you in the future, man? I mean, when lockdown finishes and hopefully we can get back to normal.
Yeah.
What would the future plans hold for you, man?
Right now I'm just working at a hotel.
Okay.
But the plan is to have my own bar one day, craft cocktail bar.
Okay.
It was planned for last year, but of course, thank you, COVID. The plans changed. But I'm busy, to get the location and the concept, everything. So fingers crossed, maybe for next year, let's hope I will have my own bar. I mean, that's where I'm aiming towards. Like,
nice.
My own bar, of course. I wanna this workshop sessions that I teach the bartenders. Also, I want to grow even more.
Okay.
Of course, the jiggle tills. This was just something I did for fun.
Mm-hmm.
But if it can become something, that would be awesome too. So those are the three things that I'm really focusing on right now to accomplish.
Okay. And where can people reach you? What social medias platforms can people reach you
on? They can reach me at Jurnick the bartender on Instagram and also on Facebook.
Okay.
And yeah, send me a message, questions. I'm always open to talk about bartending or whatever, to give tips, help.
Nice. Well, if anybody from Curaçao is watching this, you need to give this guy some props, man. Show him some respect. Put some respect on his name because he's done some good stuff. And he's constantly evolving, constantly making it happen in this beautiful world of bartending, beautiful world of hospitality. Yeah. And yeah, man. So hit him up. So Jurnick, I believe you're going to be making some cocktails for us as well, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be showing us some of your skills. You should be used to this, man. You should be.
Yeah.
Okay, so just talk us through it, man.
Okay, so I have 2 drinks a day. The first one is based on the basil smash. Okay, of course, nice. I'm not gonna use basil. I'm gonna use just oregano, which is something that's just took from my backyard.
Nice. See, that's the beauty about the Caribbean. Just go in your backyard, pick it up, and just use it. That's beautiful, man.
So that's gonna go with gin, the oregano. I have lime juice, freshly squeezed lime juice, not the store-bought ones, and of course I have some spicy simple syrup.
Okay.
It's with habanero, which is also a Caribbean spicy pepper.
Yep.
So that's the first one, and the second one is hibiscus syrup, blue Curaçao, rum, and lime. So those are the 2 drinks I'm gonna make today. So let's get started. All right. So
you said the first one was the inspiration from the tequila. No, the gin.
Which one?
The first one you're making was inspiration from the gin cocktail.
Basil smash.
Basil smash. Okay.
We're gonna start with the lime juice.
Lime juice, nice. Okay.
What's that? The oregano leaves. Spicy simple syrup.
I could just come to your home bar and have a party, mate.
Of course.
You got bad stuff behind there.
Yeah. A good selection. The thing when you're training, you get all these bottles, and yeah, I don't drink alcohol that often, so they just stay here, and I can use them for other purpose.
Yeah. Of course, of course.
Just gin.
Nice.
Quality check, very important. Beautiful.
Would you be able to tip the camera a bit down to the drink? Or?
Yeah, of course. I'm just gonna
garnish it and stuff.
I'm gonna put it.
Nice. These are like simple kind of cocktails that people can make at home. You know, if they have their own kind of like home bar setup, like what you have. You know, if they fancy a nice gin drink,
yeah,
they can just beautiful, lovely.
Yeah, you have the oregano, dehydrated lime, and it's simple, balanced, and refreshing. Like
nice.
Caribbean, you know, you gotta go refreshing.
Exactly, and I'm sure that must taste banging.
Beautiful. Yeah. I would offer you some, but you're far away, so
trust me, man.
I'll drink it for you.
Drink it, man. I'm so sad about that.
Oh, let's get to the second one.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be an egg white drink also. I know a lot of people don't like egg white drink.
Yeah, the thing is that with egg white, you don't. I mean, the thought of drinking raw egg for some people gets a little like, ugh, but you don't actually taste it.
No,
the reason for the egg white.
Mouthfeel.
Exactly. The mouthfeel gives you that nice frothy feel at the top of the cocktail.
Yeah.
But there's also like substitution that you can use for egg whites, right?
Yeah, the garbanzo beans, chickpeas water.
That's it. So chickpeas water. If you are somebody that's going to try any kind of egg white cocktail, you can easily use the chickpeas water. It gives you that same kind of frothiness. Again, you don't taste the chickpeas in it, just like how you wouldn't taste the egg. So it gives the same kind of consistency.
It just gives a silky smooth mouthfeel.
Exactly.
And I tell all the guests that are afraid of this egg whiting, like you won't get salmonella with it. The alcohol kills it.
Exactly.
And it's just, you won't taste the egg. It's just silky smooth and it feels like this thick cocktail in your mouth.
Yes. And it's all about flavors, you know, balanced flavors as we've been going on about since we started this interview.
True. Yep. So we have the egg white in here.
Nice.
First, we're going to use lime juice. Here we have the hibiscus syrup.
And what are the measurements of the lime juice?
Just 1 ounce lime juice, 1 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce of the hibiscus syrup. Of course, I have the blue Curaçao, the genuine blue Curaçao.
Yes. say it again. Say it one more time.
Genuine.
Okay, put it closer to the camera. Let them see. Let them realize that is a genuine blue Curaçao.
Genuine blue Curaçao.
So when you see blue Curaçao, that is it.
It's even written here, the genuine.
Exactly.
I know about the lighting.
Exactly. And the reason why the bottle has those little rigid ridges on it, like those little holes, that's to symbolize the fruits. That's how the fruit feels when you hold it.
True. The Lara fruit, which is like a bitter orange.
Bitter orange. Yeah, it's called naranga, I think it's called.
Lara.
Yeah, I can never say that word. Lara. Well, yeah. So that's basically. Next time anybody sees that, that's basically why the bottle is shaped like that and has those little grooves on it. It just gives you that feel of how the fruit feels in your hand.
Yep. So for the rum, I'm gonna use 3/4 of an ounce of a white rum.
Okay, and that's a nice Havana Club.
Yep. And of course, let me see. I just do a bit of this.
Ooh,
You know this one?
yeah, man. Of course, I know that one.
And I love this in a good, like I can drink this neat,
Mhm.
but in a cocktail, this does wonders also, man.
Beautiful. Nice Angostura.
Right. I'm gonna shake it first. And now I'm gonna try shake it also.
Mhm. Nice. And look at all that all that is the egg white, giving it that beautiful snow white top.
You can see it?
Yeah,
Just-
yeah. Let's put it, yeah,
All right.
nice. There we
So
go.
of course we have the egg white. The bad thing about the egg white is the smell. So we got some Angostura bitters in here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Just gonna spray it on top. Just give it some good aroma. And dehydrated lime. And just 2 hibiscus leaves, dehydrated hibiscus.
Yeah, that one, that I think I would like that one actually. That one I would definitely like. That's oof, yeah.
Separating. And you
Yep.
can see the head and the cocktail.
Yep. Well, you got 2 cocktails you got to make for me, mate.
Yeah, now I owe you 2. Let me see, this one's a bit stuck here. Here we go. So this is what it looks like.
Lovely. And you can see the color with the hibiscus syrup
Yeah,
coming through nicely there. Oh, really, really nice.
combination of the hibiscus syrup, the red color
Mhm.
of the hibiscus with the blue
Mhm.
gives you a beautiful color.
Amazing, amazing.
Those are my 2 cocktails that I make today. And of course, if you come to Curaçao, we got a lot of varieties of flavors. So
Well, hey, I'm looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that. Well, Jurnick, this was amazing.
yeah, man, gosh, you liked it. Thank you for the invite.
Yep, I would like to say thank you very, 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 very much for coming on and joining us and giving us this amazing presentation and having
Welcome.
a chat with us about all good things Curaçao bartending and bartending culture. So hopefully after COVID, we can actually come down there. You know, the Caribbean Rum Chronicles team can come down there, you know, and follow you throughout your day at the bars and actually talk to more bartenders and visit more spots that does cocktail and actually get a full feel of the actual bartending culture and cocktail culture in Curaçao.
Yeah.
Okay. So I like So I like to say thank you very, very much, Jurnick,
Thank you,
for taking the time to come in. And we look forward to seeing you again on our show. Okay.
Welcome, bro.
Thank you very much, man.
Take care, man.
Yes.